On this video, I am going to be reading Psalm 53 in Hebrew and then doing a grammatical analysis of the Psalm. I've been working my way through the Psalms, doing grammatical analysis and reading of them, along with a running commentary and a New Testament application. This Psalm is very parallel to Psalm 14. There are some differences, especially in the use of the name Elohim that appears here. But other than that, uh, the psalm is very close to Psalm 14. It may have been written at a later occasion and then developed some more. Some have felt. We're not sure. But it's the psalm that shows what happens in the human race and the disobedience to the Lord that often occurs. So we read, Lamnatseach al Machalat Maskil le David. For the leader, upon the Machalot, a Maskil of David. Uh, Notice the uh, inseparable preposition lamed with the article with the pathak under it. For the leader, Natsach means to be preeminent, and here we have a PL participle masculine singular from Natsach. So for the leader, upon the Mahalot. Mahalot uh, actually means something like literally sickness, but it's probably a musical tune or something. So for the leader upon the Machalot Maskil de David, a Maskil to David. Uh, so we begin in verse 2. Amar Naval belebo ein Elohim. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Amar is the cow perfect third masculine singular from Amar. So the fool has said that there is no God. Uh, it's interesting how the psalmist emphasizes that, and then he's going to show often the life that accompanies one that does not really follow the Lord. It goes on, Hishhitu v'hit ivu avel, that is, they have dealt corruptly, they have done uh, abominable iniquity. Hishhitu is from the root shachat, to be corrupt, and here we have a hifil, a perfect third common plural from shachat, and then vahit ivu, we have another hitpael, or another we have a hitpael, and I'm sorry, ta'av, not a hitpael, but another hifil, I believe, uh, third common plural from tahav, to do iniquity. In other words, to make abominable iniquity. It's a third common plural. Ein osei tov. There is none doing good. Osei is a participle. It is a cow participle, masculine singular from asa. Elohim mishamayim hishkiv. The Lord or God from heaven looks down. Al b'nei Adam, upon the sons or the children of men. Um, Hishkif is from shakaf, to look down. It is a hifil perfect, third masculine singular from shakaf, Notice the hey prefix in the I thematic vowel pattern. So God has looked down from heaven upon the sons of men. Lerot hayesh maskil, to see if there is any that if has understanding. To see if any man, if anyone has understanding. Lerot is a cow infinitive construct from ra'ah, and if there is any with maskil, who understands. Maskil is from sakal, to understand, and here we have a hifil, a participle, masculine singular from sakal. If there's any doresh et Elohim, who seeks God. Doresh is another cow participle masculine singular from darash. Notice the holam followed by the tseri, indicating from the root darash, a cow participial form. So there is none that seek God. Kulu or kulo sag yakdav nehalahu. All of them are unclean. Together they have become impure. Sag is the cow perfect third masculine singular from sog, and nehalahu is from Allah, to be impure. And here we have a nifal perfect third common plural from Allah. So together they have been or become impure. Ein oseh tov, ein gam achad. There is none doing good. There is none, indeed one. There is not even indeed one. Oseh is another cow participle, masculine singular from asa. And then, verse 5, Halo yadu'u po'alei aven. Shall not the workers of iniquity know it? Yadu'u is the cow perfect third common plural from yada, and pohale is from pa'al, to work. And here we have the ones who are working iniquity, a cow participle, masculine plural in construct with aven. Will not the ones who are working iniquity know it? Who eat up achlu achle ami achlu lechem, who eat up my people as they eat bread. Notice ochale is another cow participle masculine plural from achal, the ones who eat up my people as they have eaten bread. Achalu is the cow perfect third masculine plural from achal. Elohim lo kara'u, they do not call on God. God they do not call upon. Verse 6, there is there is no, there they are, Sham Bachadu Fahad, Lo Haya Fahad. There they are in great fear, where there was no fear. Pachadu is the cow perfect third common plural from pachad, and so there they are in fear, where there was no pachad. Haya is the cow perfect third masculine singular from haya. In other words, this is probably, if we take this to be the Assyrian invasion, which is possible, it's talking about the fear of the Assyrian as as Sennacherib and his forces were overthrown by the Lord. Ki Elohim pizar atzmot chonak. For God scatters the bones of those who encamp against you. Uh, Pizar is the PL perfect third masculine singular from Pazar. So God is looking at God's judgment, possibly it seems, upon the Assyrian invasion. If we take this to be the context, and those who encamp against you, Honak, and then we continue, Havishota ki Elohim me'asas. That is, you have put them to shame because God has rejected them. Hebishota, or Hebishota is from bish, to put to shame. It's a Hiphil perfect second masculine plural, to put to shame. And then for God has rejected them. Me'asam. Ma'as, to reject. It's the cow perfect third masculine singular with the pronominal suffix am, third masculine plural. And then verse 7. Mi yitain mitzion Yeshuot Yisrael. Oh, that the salvation of Israel might come to Zion. Yitain is the cow imperfect third masculine singular from Natan. Notice again, we're looking at the I got cut off. No, I just got cut off. I hit something that messed me up.
Has it been doing that?
No, I just hit the wrong thing and it messed me up, honey. On this video, I got messed up. I hit the wrong button. So let me just finish this. Thank you for bearing with me here. Let me just finish. Oh, that salvation would come from out of Zion. Yitain is from Yintain. It's the cow imperfect third masculine singular. When God turned, Beshuv Elohim Shabut Ami. When God turns the captivity of his people. Shuv is the cow infinitive construct with the bait prefix or bait preposition here. When God turns away the captivity of his people, I think it's looking at God bringing victory to his people. Yagel Yaakov Yismach Yisrael. Let Jacob rejoice, let Israel be glad. Here we have cow imperfect third masculine singular from Gil. Let Jacob rejoice. It's a adjective use. Let Israel be glad. Yismach is another cow imperfect third masculine singular. So this could well look at the time when Sennacherib and his army, the Assyrians, were overthrown. And it's looking at a time of rejoicing, but it also is setting forth the what often happens when God is rejected and the kind of lifestyle and sin that is being described in the first part of this psalm. I'm reminded of Paul in the book of Romans, where he quotes this text, or at least alludes to it, where he says, "There's none good, no, not one. They've all turned aside. They've all become unprofitable," and so forth, looking at the human situation and the need for God's justifying grace in Jesus Christ. And this is in Romans chapter 3, where Paul will come to this psalm and also Psalm 14 to show that all have sinned and are falling short of the glory of God from the human perspective, from the human scene. And so the answer that Paul writes about is Christ and how he has come. And now we are being justified freely through faith in Jesus Christ. May we root our faith in Christ to receive his divine justification.